Hello everyone, welcome back to our new video, and today we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is the jugular venous pressure. And in between we will discuss some PYQ resources that you can use while your preparation. So let's start. So in jugular venous pressure, what is that? It is the pressure in the right atriums. It is the pressure that will seen in the right atriums, and we will measure this pressure with the help of the JVP examination. In the JVP examination, we use the two scales, and one scales we will put horizontally and one scales we will put vertically. So one scale we will put vertically above the sternal angle, and one scale we will put the horizontally and above the above margin of the internal jugular veins. So what is that will measure the JVP examinations. If it can be the distended, or it can be the bulge out, or it can be inside, and based on that we will find the positive JVP examinations or the negative JVP test. So remember that this is the best assessed in which vein? That is the right internal jugular veins. It is the best assessed in the right internal jugular veins. Okay. Then there is some terminology like IVC and IVR. What is that IVC? Inferior vena cava? No, it is not inferior vena cava. Then what it is? It is isovolumetric contraction. It is the isovolumetric contraction. Okay, before the isovolumetric contractions, let's go little basic. So what is that? These are the S1 and S2. What are these? These are the heart sound. This is the normal heart sounds. Can you tell me when we will hear the S1 sound? The S1 sound will be here when the AV valve will close, the atrioventricular valve close, then we will hear the S1 sound. What is the atrioventricular valve? The valve present between the atria and the ventricles. On the right side it is the tricuspid valve, and on the left side, what is that? On the left side it is mitral valve or bicuspid valves. Then S2, when we will hear the S2 sound, when the semilunar valve will close. The semilunar valve, when it is present, it will present between the ventricles and aorta, or like from the left ventricles and the aorta we will be having the left sided semilunar valves, and on the right side between the right ventricles and the pulmonary trunk we will be having the right semilunar valves. Okay, so this is very important. The next one we will come with the isovolumetric contraction. अब isovolumetric contraction कैसे होता है? यानी कि isovolumetric मतलब iso means constant, तो volume are constant, so means that ventricles are contracting without ejecting the volume. For example, this is my heart. In the heart we have the right atriums and we have the right ventricles. In between we have the tricuspid valve. If these valve are also closed and the semilunar valve also closed, मतलब अंदर जाने वाला रास्ता भी बंद है और बाहर निकलने वाला रास्ता भी बंद है, तो क्या होगा? वेंट्रिकल्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं बट वॉल्यूम इजेक्ट नहीं हो रही है, तो दैट इज मींस volume will be constant, that we call the isovolumetric contraction. And also remember, when we will see the isovolumetric contractions, between, this is the time period between S1 close or S1 SL valve open. S1 क्लोज और SL यानी कि सेमी लूनार वोल ओपन और S1 क्लोज के जो बीच का जो टाइमिंग है वो क्या कहलाता है? आइसोवोल्यूमेट्रिक कॉन्ट्रैक्शन. अभी उसके बाद आता है IVR, तो वेंट्रिकल्स एट द रिलैक्स. तो कौन रिलैक्स कर रहा है? IV रिलैक्सेशन. कौन रिलैक्स कर रहा है? वेंट्रिकल्स रिलैक्स कर रहा है. अब वेंट्रिकल्स क्या कर रहा है? रिलैक्स कर रहा है. तो ये कहां पे होगा? इट इज प्रेजेंट बिटवीन टाइम पीरियड बिटवीन द S2 close, when the S2 valve will be closed, or AV valve, or S2 means that is the semilunar valve closed and AV valve open. AV valve open. So that period is known as the isovolumetric relaxation. When we will discuss about the waveforms, you will understand these things. But for now, just remember there is just something IVC and IVR are there. Okay, then next one we have the waveforms. Okay, before waveforms, let's discuss what the PYQ source you can use. So if you guys are confused about where you should practice your PYQs, and if you are bored of practicing the PYQs from the same app, then there is a one app called Reflex. It is very solid tool to really strengthening your PYQs. Explanation of every single PYQ is very crisp and to the point. It's recommended and owned by Dr. Aditya Gupta sir, and also it's budget friendly. 1 year subscription you will be get around I think 1000 rupees, and there is a 6 month subscription is also available. So you should definitely try this out. I'm using this app also for my NEET PG preparations, and so you should definitely check this out. You can check out the link given in the description. After that, let's come back to our topic, that is the waveforms. So what is a waveform? Remember, waveform we talk about, there is a something called the right atrial pressure on the y-axis. So on the y-axis, or there is a x-axis. On the y-axis we will be having the right atrium pressure. So when we having the right atrium pressures, we on the y-axis. On the x-axis we having the some phases like the systolic phases or the diastolic phases that we going to discuss. So let's start from the S1. What is the S1? This is due to AV valve close. When the atrioventricular valve will close, we will hear the sound that is called the S1 sound. Now come back. We discussed that when we IVC means the ventricles contracting without ejecting the valve. S1 closed or SL valve open. Now S1 is closed and SL valve open के जो बीच का जो टाइमिंग है उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? That is called the IVC. That is called the IVC. तो ये क्या हो गया हमारे पास? IVC, isovolumetric contraction. अभी क्या होगा? Let's for example, this is what, that is the tricuspid valve between the right atrium and the right ventricles, and suppose this is the semilunar valves. Both these valves, they are the closed valves. Both these are closed till now. So what will happen when the ventricles will start contracting? They will put the pressure on the tricuspid valve, and due to which the tricuspid valve will bulge. The tricuspid valve will bulge. So when the tricuspid valve will bulge into the right atrium, what will happen in the right atrium? The right atrium pressure will be increasing because the space will be less, and due to which the right atrium pressure will be increases, and we will get a one wave that is called the C wave. The one wave that we call the C wave. So this is what, that is the C wave between the S1 and SL open. Now what happened? The semilunar valve is open. So once the semilunar valve is open, so what will happen? The semilunar valve open, so the right ventricles, it will eject. Now what was the position of the semilunar valve? So what was the position of the AV valve? That was the bulge into the right atriums. Now what will happen? Due to inertia or momentum, they will pulled it down. So when they will pulled it down, what will there will be the, because here the chorda tendineae also, these valves are attached with the chorda tendineae of the ventricle. So the TV valves will be pulled down by the chorda tendineae, and due to which what will do? The right atrium will be relaxed, and that will cause a decrease in the right atrium pressure. That will cause the decrease in the right atrium pressure. What is there? Semilunar valve open. So we call this phase as the ejection phase. Now there is what we will see. We see that there is a decrease in what? There is a decrease in the right atrium pressure. So we call this wave as the X descent. So they call this wave as the X descent wave. Okay. Now let's continue. What is the S2? What is the S2? S2 means SL valve close. The SL valve close. Now when the SL valve close, for example, this valve is closed now. Again, this valve is closed. Now this valve is also, of course, closed. So what will happen? After some time, this will come automatically to their normal position. Now what will there? There will be the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. So there will be the filling of the atria. The blood will come from the superior vena cava, from the inferior vena cava, and will fill into the right atriums. So if the blood is filling into the right atriums and the AV valves are closed, so we call this phase as the isovolumetric relaxation, because ventricles are at the relaxed position. The ventricles are at the relaxed positions. Now see, the venous blood are filling into the right atrium. So due to which there is an increase in the right atrium pressure. So if there is an increase in the right atrium pressure, what will be there? There will be the wave will be go up. So that's why there will be the one wave will be formed, and we call this wave as the which wave? That is the V wave. This wave is called the V wave. Now what will happen? The AV valve is open. Now what will happen? The AV valve will open. Now once the AV valve will open, what will be there? There will be the, due to some gravity force you can say, or there is a law of motion, there will be the passive filling from the atria into the ventricle. So blood from the right atrium will move into the right ventricles, and around 70% of the blood will go down. So blood from the right atrium will move into the right atriums. Now again what will happen? The right atrium will relieve the pressure. Now whenever the right atrium will be empty, there will be the decrease in the right atrium pressure. So what we'll see, again there will be the descent, and we call this descent as the Y wave. We call this descent as the VY descent. We call this wave as the Y descent. Okay. Now this is just the 70%. Now active filling will be done 30%. Now they have the remaining blood. We have the remaining blood. Now when the remaining blood will be there, the atria will try to contract. When the atria will contract, they will putting the pressure. So their right atrium will contraction actively. So there will be the increase in the right atrium pressure. So again we will get one wave, and we call this wave as the A wave. We call this wave as the A wave. So this will become the A wave, and here we can see that again we will see there is a C wave will be started, and the S1 means that the AV valve will be closed. Okay, so this is what that is the JVP waveforms. So what we will see from between the S1 and S2, between the S1 and the S2, so this is what, this is the systolic phase. This wave, this is what the systolic phase, and between the S2 and S1, this is the diastolic phase. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So you have to remember, from the S1 we have the S1. So first write what? S1, then write S2, and then write S1. So then in between there is systole. So IVC and ejection phase is in the systolic phase, and the IVR passive filling and the active filling, these are the both, what is that? Diastolic phase. Now first, in the first there is increase right atrium pressure, decrease. There is an increase, then decrease, then increase, then decrease, and then increase. The increase in the right atrium pressure, decrease in the right atrium pressure, increase in the right atrium pressure, decrease in the right atrium pressure, and there is an increase in the right atrium pressure. After that you have to remember that systole. When we talk about the systole, remember there will be the waves, and in the diastole also there will be the waves. So let's see what wave will be seen in the systolic phase. There is a C wave and X descent. C wave you can remember IVC. So C means there is a C wave. Contraction means IVC, isovolumetric contraction. There would be the C wave will be there. Okay. After that you can remember CXVYA. CXVYA. Okay. Or XVYA. In systole, just remember it, repeat it 3 or 4 times or 5 times. CXVYA, and you will be able to remember this. Systole, we will say the wave. Which wave? C and X wave will be there. In the diastole, there will be the wave. Which wave will be there? Y and A wave will be there in the diastoles. Is there anything, the wave present in both systole and diastole? The wave present in both systole and diastole. So that is which wave? That is V wave. So V wave, remember, that is present in both systole and the diastole. So this is what, that is the JVP waveforms. Okay, abnormalities of the JVP we will discuss in the next video or in another video, and I hope this video is helpful for you. And so this is what the jugular venous pressure we have discussed, and then we have one thing we have discussed about the PYQ resources, and that is what you can use the Reflex app. You can check out the link in the descriptions, and I hope this video is helpful for you. Please do share this video so I can be motivated to share more videos with you. I can और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा video I can upload on the YouTube channels. So For that you have to just motivate me to do some things, and just share this video with your friends. Please watch this video, do comment, and thanks for watching it out. So bye bye, take care. I hope this is crystal and clear. See you in the next video. Thank you.